Hey everybody, it's Sean here from VidGamiac.com. Here we are today in another episode of VidGamiac vs. Import, doing more Steins Renri No Darling, and doing the Operations K playthrough. This is where we get all the text messages from Moeka, which is the glasses girl. So basically, if you haven't watched the anime, she pretty much only communicates through text messages because she's a very quiet, shy, reserved person. So make sure you read all of her text messages. I'll point them out as we go along this playthrough, but there's going to be a lot of them, so pay attention to the very numerous playthroughs. Alright, so you're going to get a text message from here. Her name looks like this in Japanese. It's the super long one, so make sure you read any text messages from that sender. And you get a bunch here at the beginning. Make sure you're opening all of them, or else you'll miss the achievement, even if you skip one, because the achievement is to read all of her text. And then what you want to do is you want to fast forward until you get a text, just like we've been doing, and every time you see one from her, make sure you open it. And there are going to be a bunch. Most of them don't have choices because it's pretty much her just talking to you because she communicates through text messaging, but some of them do have choices, and for those you want to obviously pay attention because those will send you on specific conversation trees that you have to go through each and every single one in order to go through all of the texts. So do that and skip any text messages not from her. So here's the first one with a response choice. Make sure you respond to it. There's only one, so that one's pretty straightforward. As soon as you send that conversation choice off, make sure you save the game, and we are saving in slot number 1. So we're overwriting whatever save we have there from a previous playthrough. After that, you want to hit up fast forward until you get another text from her. So you can skip this text from Mayuri, and then her text should pop up right here. And this one has 2 responses. You want to make sure you pick the first one and then send that off, and then continue fast forwarding until you get the next text message, which should pop up. It's not this one. This one's from Mayuri, but pretty much soon thereafter. So it should pop up when you're at the shrine, I believe, right here. So open that up, and this is the last of this text message tree. So as soon as you do that, hit start and quick save, and then you want to load up that save we just made. So load up save file number 1. And then what you want to do is you want to hit X to bring up your phone, because every time you save, it pretty much makes it so you don't read any of the text messages that are located near that save. So open up that text again and then resend that text message. Even if you saved after sending it, you have to redo it. That's just this game's weird, quirky way of saving stuff. But open up this text message when you're in front of Suzuha. This time make the second choice, and then you want to wait until you get the next text message. So just fast forward away until you get past the skyscraper with Mayuri's text. So once you get to the shrine, you should get the text message right here. Open it up. There should be an attachment, so view the photo. It's some blood tune stuff, but close that. Keep fast forwarding until you get the next text message. Alright, this text is going to appear once we leave the garage and are in front of the city right here. Make sure you read it, and as soon as you read it, you want to close your phone when the game lets you, because sometimes the game holds you up, and if that happens, just mash A until you get control of your character again. Once you get to this little plaza area, make sure you quick save, and then we are going to load up from that save we made earlier. So make sure you load up slot number 4. So this is from a previous playthrough. It's in the middle of one of our playthroughs we did earlier. So fast forward through this until you get a text message from her. And just open up all your text messages. If you see her name, make sure you open it up. And you should get a text right here, but this one you could ignore because it's not from her. So just keep fast forwarding until her text pops up. and her text should pop up after a little fun in the sun at the amusement park. Make sure you read it. It is the one with the music note. So make sure you read that, and then she's going to send you a bunch of other text messages, and you can fast forward through them and make sure you read them all if you do, because sometimes you might accidentally skip past one, and if you aren't paying attention, you will miss the achievement. So make sure whenever you have any downtime, you open up your phone and just go through every single text message with her name. Make sure all the envelopes are open, and that means you've read them. So keep that in mind. And we're going to keep fast forwarding here. This is when we're doing our Mayuri playthrough. You get a text right here from her again. This one has a conversation choice. Make sure you pick that conversation choice and send that off. There's only one in there, so you can't mess that up. And as you can see me doing here, I'm going through all of her text messages and making sure I have all of them, just as a backup. So once I go through the whole phone, I am going to keep fast forwarding until I get another text from her right here. This one only has one conversation choice, so make sure you send that off, and then keep fast forwarding until you get to this part. Open up this text message. This should be the end of this conversation tree. So after this, I can put the phone away, and then I'm going to hit start, quick save, and then load. And this time I'm going to load from another slot. We are going to load from slot number 5. So load this up, and once again fast forward until you get a text from her. So you should get a text right at the start. Just open it to read it, and then keep fast forwarding and looking for her text messages. Alright, in the middle of this, you are going to get a text from Mayuri that you can't skip. Just pick any of the choices. Doesn't really matter. You just have to get through this part of the story, but you can't skip that part. So pick a choice and then fast forward. So in case you get stuck on that part, there's your answer. You get a text message from her right after that choice. It looks like this, and that should do that, and then continue to fast forward. You should get a bunch of text from her. As soon as you get to this scene with Ferris and Suzuha, quick save and make sure you go to load again. This time we are going to load from another file. We are loading from file number 15, so make sure you do that. Once again, if you don't know about the files, we made these during our first 6 playthroughs of the game, and I put them in that specific order just to reference them later in these playthroughs. So go through this playthrough. This is our Kirisu playthrough, and you want to keep fast forwarding until you get this one text message from her. So the rest of her text messages are pretty much going to be like one-off things that you just have to load up specific saves in order to get the one message, and once you get it, just quick save and then load. For this next one, we're going to load up save number 16 and do the same thing. Fast forward until you get your first text message from her. So you're going to be in this hotel room with Kirisu, and you should have gotten 2 text messages from her. Make sure you read both the text messages, and once they are read, make sure you quick save and then load again. So do that, make sure you get both of them, and then what you want to do is you want to load up save file number 2, and this one, fast forward, again, lots of fast forwarding, obviously, and you get a text message right here. Make sure you read that, and you should be good. As soon as you do that, you want to make sure you quick save again and then load. Remember, we're quick saving, so the game system saves at the same time, keeping our progress for the 100% achievement. This time we're going to load from save file number 3, and we're going to do the same basic concept that we've been doing for pretty much this whole game, is fast forwarding until we get a specific text message, which appears right here, and as soon as you get that, you want to keep fast forwarding and keep going through all of these text messages right here. So they are given to you automatically through fast forwarding, but of course if you are worried about missing them, you can always go back to them whenever you have free control of your character. Just hit X to bring up the phone and just go through each and every single text message in your inbox, and you should be safe. But anyways, we're just going to keep fast forwarding until we get this text message, so make sure you read that one, and then we are going to get this text message right here, so make sure you read that one, and then once again I'm going through making sure I read every single text message from her, and there are a bunch, so make sure you go through and scrub your phone clean. Once you do that, continue the fast forwarding until you finish this playthrough. So this should be the last text message, but it's really close to the end of the game. So you can either do the quick save and then load feature, or if you're like me, you accidentally fast forwarded too far and cause the credits to pop up. If that happens, just hit the A button, and instead of system saving, you want to go here and then put yes twice, which is the left option, which should system save for you automatically. So that should take us to the title screen. This time we're going to load from the title screen, and you want to load up save number 8. So for this one, you want to fast forward until you get her text message.
Oh yeah. 分かってくれればいいのだが。
どうかしました？
あ、いや。
あれ？またメールですか？
その。
Alright, this next text message is a little easy to miss. So obviously after that scene with the dragon, you get it right in the middle of that transition right there, but you don't actually get the notification. So what you want to do is, as soon as you get this text message, you just want to read it. So it's going to be right here. It looks like this as a music note in it, but make sure you don't accidentally skip that one over. That one's super duper easy to miss. So make sure you read that once you get to this scene with Daru. As soon as you do that, quick save and load, and then you want to load from another previous save. So this time we are going to load from save number 9. Alrighty, so that should start up with Daru right here. Make sure you get to fast forwarding. You got that dragon again. This is part of our Ruka playthrough, I believe. You get a text message you can skip right there. Just keep fast forwarding until you get not that text message, you can skip that one, but this one, I believe. Yes, this one. So open this up. This should have a conversation choice. Make sure you pick that choice, and as soon as you do that, make sure you save the game. So this time we're going to save once again in save file number 1, which is pretty much our file that we just save stuff over. So you should get a text message right here with 2 conversation choices. Make sure you pick the first one for this first run through of this particular conversation tree, and then continue to fast forward. You should get a text right here with 1 choice. Make sure you pick that choice and then keep fast forwarding, and Ruka's gonna change it to a t-shirt. So play until you get to this area. Open up your phone here for this. And after that, what you want to do is put your phone away and then make another quick save. And then we are going to load up from that file we just made. So make sure you go to load and then load from save file number 1. So there's going to be a lot of this. Alright, very important. As soon as you load up the game, make sure you don't fast forward right away. Instead, hit the X button to open up your phone and quickly respond to that text message. Even if you made the save after sending that text message, you still have to resend it when you load up the save. So fast forward until you get to this text message. This time you want to pick the second choice and then fast forward some more. As soon as you get to the next text message, you should finish this conversation tree. This is where I popped my achievement for 10 gamer score. Obviously, if you don't get it here, watch the rest of the video for the rest of the text messages. And close that off, and then you want to make sure you quick save, and then this time we're going to load. And there's only one more conversation that we have to go through. So you want to load up save file number 10, and this time you want to fast forward until you get the very first text message from her, and that should be the last one. And that's going to be it. Once again, I got my achievement, 1 conversation text message away from it, so keep that in mind. So make sure you get this text message. All you have to do is just open it and read it, and that should be the last one for this video. Don't forget to check back soon for more, and that's all there is to it.